Hello, my name is Grecia Salazar and I will be presenting my sound wall constants sounds. We are focusing on what the definition of the sound wall is and also the purpose of what the sound wall is. So focusing on what the sound wall consists of and what does this actually mean. As we can see, we have a title says stop, nasals, fricatives, affricates, liquids, and glides. And each one of these sounds, each one of these phonemes has a mouth that goes, a mouth movement that goes with it. So first of all, what is a sound wall? This right here is going to be displayed in a future classroom if reading is going to be my main classroom. And what a sound wall is, well, first of all, let's just start with what does it mean and why is it important? It is important because it supports the understanding of phonics, including the phonemes, which are these single sounds, and different ways of spelling graphemes in each phoneme. This is what a sound wall consists of. Secondly, the goal of this is the more that the your children or students are exposed to it, they give them a greater chance of helping them as beginner readers and make connections with the spoken and written language. Phonemes actually are these, the the single sounds. They're the smallest unit of sound in our language. Furthermore, we will explain what we have going on in the sound wall. Worked really hard on it. We have some unique features on this sound walls, which include the images of the mouths, which are articulating the different phonemes. This focus on the liquid, we have the mouth going oh and See how they make the move, the kind of liquid. So this one's a glides. So as they're articulating the different phonemes, that students can make connections between the phoneme sounds, like what the mouth is showing or doing. Right here on the affricates is ch, ch, or j, j. And the most interesting part that I found out, I will tell you further down the explanation on my sound wall. So this is making connection between phonemes and the sounds, like from what we see in our mouth when we are saying the phoneme. A sound wall is reference to point for, the images are placed over the phonemes and the sound wall. There's the image. Here's the phoneme. They're very clear, very simple, but also very clear to see in case we are needing some more help there explaining this. Okay, so then it's also reference to the point where students are spelling and reading the sound wall is important. We know that it's important to their central approach of reading. And when it comes to constants or even vowels, we know that there are 26 letters in the alphabet. But did you know that there's 44 sounds in the English language? So when we're dealing with constants or vowels, but in this case we have our word wall or our sound wall that is referring to the constants, we are referring to the sound and unvoiced and voice sounds. As we continue, I will brief that with you. We have 24 constant sounds in the English language. As we can see right here, there are voice, which is meaning when you speak, that say p, p, is an unvoiced sound. So the voiceless are P, B, T, D, K, G. G, G. That's a voiceless. Now, to focus on the voiced ones are more like B, D, J. Oh, I got that wrong. So that was this one. Sorry. The stops. So be aware that there are constant pairs which are unvoiced and voice, and that could be p and b. So also a great thing that I've learned, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, was the fact that consonant walls are organized with a matter of articulation. So which refers what the mouth does while the phoneme is being articulated. So we start with stop, because on stops pretty much lets us know with these sounds, these phonemes, the airflow is completely obstructed by the lips. P, B. Secondly, we have the nasals. Airflow is obstructed by the mouth and released through the nose. So if you were to cover up your nose, there's no more sound. So we know that these phonemes are definitely nasal. Affricates begins with a stop and ends with a fractive. Affricates. Fractive. Okay, so that means it goes ch and j. Glides, we know that there's no friction, it's just airflow. It changes the sound produced by placement of the tongue. And then liquids. The tongue creates a partial closure and the mouth redirects the airflow. So lastly, what I really want to point out is that there is when we speak about articulation or articulate, when we are speaking about the faces that we see, how the phonemes are pronounced, it pretty much just sums up the matter of place of articulation. So it's how we make the sound and where we make the sound. A lot of it has to do with, for example, on one of them is using the roof, the hard part of your palate, which is a little bit further back from your teeth, and that's how you would pronounce it. I want to say it was ch. Yeah, it was ch. So it would fall under, where's ch? Right here, affricates. So you touch the roof of your, the hard part of the middle of your palate, ch, ch. So it makes the sound, the phoneme sound. Lastly, let's see. One cool fact that I did find out is the fact that the English language does have 44 sounds, and that there is voice and unvoiced. And another fact about this sound wall, whenever we teach it, the very important thing is that eventually, you know, this is explicit, we will have to target certain areas, and sometimes children will still not be able to pronounce or sound out their phonemes like they're supposed to help them read and write. But it's important that phonemes and words are identified in different ways to spell and sound them, to spell by hearing them. So anyways, that's my word wall. So we have our consonants, we have our titles for each one. And this was a really great project. I would look forward for this. I've been seeing it for the last couple years in some of the classes, and I was thrilled to know that I finally got to get to know what the sound wall was, what consonants really mean, the CCV or CVC, or sometimes we see constant vowel vowel. But just some really cool facts about this stuff. So I appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my poster. Here it is. Thank you. Bye.